But yeah, that is something going on. That's why a lot of them have been playing Minecraft recently. Meanwhile, spawning in the top right hand corner, back to the tournament, back to what we are here for. We have the American Zerg player representing Tactical 8 Gaming. Going for the 12 pool, it is Reaper. And spawning in the bottom F's for milk. Oh god. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Jagnatha ALE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is red, representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. He is now the third Latin American Protoss up against his opponent. Can he stop him? It is XionS. Shelby is on Maru. We're gonna send him to military service for a few months. Poor Shelby. Alright, here we go. Here we go. XionS, how does he approach this? Because he goes for the probe scout. He sees the... Oh my god. Never mind. He sees the lings. Doesn't see a hatchery. He knows it's a 12 full, but what's interesting to me is that he didn't scout the gases. I guess you could argue that he knows that there's no gases because of the timing of the lings. It's hard to say. Meanwhile, I mean, he knows that there's no gas because there is a hatchery, a proxy hatchery here in the natural base of XionS. Oh my god. We do have a Zealot coming out. We're gonna need another wall behind this, by the way. We do have a forge though. This is what I was talking about. Yo, XionS, was he listening or does he just know? I was talking about how a forge is kind of the response you want so you can get cannons up, but the forge needs to survive long enough to actually start those cannons. Mate, cannons are all you need, but there we go. The forge just barely finishes up. What do we have? A cybercore behind this. Well, you need to throw down some cannons before it dies, though. The forge, it's gonna go down. And the forge falls before a single cannon gets thrown down. The zealots are being forced away as well. One of them almost falls. And because there's no forge and because there's no cybercore, there's no adept. Oh no. Oh god, the boys are being pulled. The lings, they get a surround. One of the zealots goes down, the second will go down as well. Oh god, the surround is the thing. Here comes the third zealot. Just barely forces him back. We have a stalker on the way. The hatchery finishes. The shield battery's on the way. Like, XionS, he had the right idea. He 100% had the right idea. But, oh god, he just barely couldn't get it up and running. The forge was a little bit too exposed. And now he's just trying to survive long enough for these shield batteries to finish up. The stalker will come out, but it immediately gets surrounded. No, the probes weren't there to back it up. The stalker falls. The zealot's gonna fall. Mate, this guy is unstoppable because there's nothing left here. The spine crawler falls, which is great, I guess, but there's nothing else here. Reaper is gonna be taking a strong lead in this series, mate. GG gets gold. And he takes game number 1. Oof. Damn. Time to join in and field Alex. Kappa, career Kappa. True. She would take all of them on. This is true. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Game 2. Can anyone stop this man? Guy in the chat. 12-11 is close timing. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it was so risky for XionS not to scout the gases. Oh, so risky. But again, it's one of those things that, hey, there's a hatchery, so obviously there's no gases behind this. I guess it didn't matter in the end. Oh god. Hello Ciceron in the chat. Hello. Hope you had a good tournament run. I hope you enjoyed your time with Skylar there, as Ciceron was up there in the upper half of the bracket. And again, it's one of those things, I believe Ciceron has won the raffle before, but regardless of where you place, as long as you played today, you are eligible for the random raffle that we have before the finals. 5 USD, I believe it's 5, or is it 10? Oh my, 10 USD to any one of these players. That's a lot of USD. You can buy some tacos. You can feed yourself for like a week with that. Maybe? I don't know. Oh boy. Here we go. Game 2. Reaper's gonna 12 pool, but what kind of 12 pool, right? Are we gonna see a 12-11, or we're gonna see a 13-12, we're gonna see a hatchery, or we're gonna see the boys being pulled across the map? He can do whatever the hell he wants, mate. Here we go. It's the man of the night, the man of the hour, spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE. This man, he's speed running his way through the tournament with nothing but 12 pools. It's the American Zerg. He is green. It is Reaper. Once again, going for the 12 pool. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Peru, representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. It is XionS. Going for the probe scout, because of course he is. Sending it across the map. Reaper this time does not send a drone across the map, so he's not going for a proxy hatchery. Not this time. He should be. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Did you see that? Drone is here on the low ground. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make the hatchery. Yeah. He selected all his workers. If you notice that, there we go. Oh my god. So again, kind of faking the hatchery a little bit, and unfortunately the probe saw nothing. Like, he saw the 12 full, but that is all he saw. The drone comes back up. XionS, for all he knows, that he's going back to check, but I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh god. The probe goes down, and we have both gases being taken and a roach warren behind this. Interesting. This is something that Reaper hasn't shown us yet. He didn't do this against Paco, and he didn't do this against Cristiano. Wow. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a full wall off here. We do have 2 pylons as well in case one of them did go down. So XionS is taking this defense very seriously. Shield battery gets thrown down as well. There is no nexus. Again, the resources were spent here on the wall. Oh god, but that Zealot has to be so careful. And that's Cybercore. Oh my god, he gets surrounded. Oh, only for a moment though. Only for a moment. God, the Zealot has to be so careful. There we go. Now we finally have the Adept, and the Cybercore stays alive. Oh god, and with this is the problem. Because XionS survives the initial wave, but again, it's all about the follow-up. And XionS has no idea about the follow-up. He's in the dark right now. For all he knows, there's a hatchery, right? Unless he sends his Adept across the map, which is so risky to do. Meanwhile, the Ravagers here. Yo, the Adept's gonna see the Ravagers. No, he didn't go. He would have seen them. And now the Ravagers reveal themselves. Now XionS knows. Oh, he's supply blocked. No, now is not the time to be supply blocked, XionS. Not like this. The Cybercore goes down. Warpgate does not finish. Oh god, Solid feels bad, man. Pylon does finish up. Finally, we do have some shield batteries. Once the Nexus finishes, we will have an overcharge available here. Oh god, but the piles do connect. 1 shield battery goes down. There's only 1 remaining. And this isn't looking good. The wall's gonna go down. Lings are ready to flood in. Ay. We don't have a okay, we do have a backup pylon in range of this gateway. Meanwhile, these Ravagers, they are going to bow down that shield battery. Oh god, it just barely stays alive. Overcharge gets used, but immediately it goes down. And that's it when it comes to the shield batteries. The boys are actually doing some decent damage here. One of the Ravagers finally gets taken out, and XionS will hold. Oh my god, that was so close. I was so afraid, but I guess at the end of the day, XionS realized, yep, GG. I was about to say, like, it was okay for XionS to lose workers like that, because again, he was still ahead in workers at the end of that game. Like, he had workers to spare, and even though things were looking grim with those vials, he still held on, he still powered through, and XionS takes a game. Oof. Yo, that I was, mate, that's a supply block. I was like, not like this, buddy. Not again. I gotta catch up, we gotta catch up. He walled off with a hatchery instead of a cybercore. Easy mistake. Cap. Oh god. Alright, let's go. Game 3. How is this gonna go down? How does this series end, people? I want to see some predictions in the chat while we have time. And I'll make this easy for you. We're on Beckett Industries. Alright? Are we gonna see boys being pulled across the map? Are we gonna see a hatchery? Are we gonna see a fast roach warren? Are we gonna see a 1312? 1211? Mate, we got options. What does Reaper whip out here on the shortest rush distance map in the map pool? One base layer, Kappa. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Beacon Industries ALE, we have the American Zerg player representing Tactical 8 Gaming. And just going on a tear today. No surprises with the 12 pool opening. But what kind of variant is he going to go for? Oh my god. It is Reaper. As he is sending his drone across the map. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Beacon Industries ALE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player representing Unidos por el Vicio, fighting back in game number 2. It is XionS. And if you bet on a proxy, he sprayed. The cheese is real. If you said proxy hatch, then you guessed correctly. As the pool is done, the probe does scout, the probe does know, and the drone is coming in. Oh god, the spray, he knows. Show us the hatch. Battle his own Ravager. Feels bad, man, but there it is. The drone shows up. Oh. And the hatch goes up as well. Meanwhile, in the chat, exclamation mark Funada Starduck, as this man has been awake all night. He's on that DGen sleep schedule. But there we go. So, XionS did open up with a forge. And this time, the forge is up. It is complete. Fast enough for a cannon to begin. So already a good start here for XionS. Cannon is on the way. Lings do finally show up. But in a couple of seconds, that cannon's gonna finish up. Mate, this cybercore is perfectly fine. Forces a cancel on the drone, on the hatchery. And again, this hatchery is in range of this cannon. Like, things are fine. Things are more than fine. There we go. Reaper. He is forced to take his natural. He's forced to expand. Are we gonna see a mid game? It's happening. Are we gonna see Reaper drone up? That's what I want to know. There we go. Forces a cancel at the natural, and the drone does go down, and there we go. Reaper is forced to make workers, people. It's happening. Oh boy, oh boy. So what's important, what is very important, as Reaper doesn't just go for a natural, he's going for a third base as well, you know, to catch up when it comes to the worker counts, is that we have seen Reaper go two base before. If you recall, it was at the very start of the tournament. Reaper went up against Cristiano. And on this very map, he went for a queen push. He went for a queen Ravager Ling all in, hitting the third base of Cristiano, and Cristiano, unfortunately, he just didn't have enough to defend. He had one shield, no, sorry, he had one shield battery ready, and he had two more on the way, but they were like here next to the wall, and they were being biled down before they finished up. He barely had an army as well. Like he had some sentries for force fields, but the wall was quite large, and he couldn't get his force fields up and running in time, or up in time. They were biled down immediately as well. So we'll see if Reaper goes for something similar here, or if he goes for something else, because again, we're not going to get a standard game. We shouldn't get a standard game. Meanwhile, do you have a Stargate Opener here from XionS? We're going to try and get into somewhat of a normal game, and we'll see what he goes from here. Are we going to see an Oracle opening? Are we going to see a Void Ray into Oracle? Are we going to see double Stargate on Beckett? My oh my. Hold on, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. I'm exposing startup. Oh god, alright, here we go. It is gonna be a Twilight Council after said Stargate for XionS. And we got a Roach Warren for Reaper. Oh my, oh my. So I was just keeping an eye on things, and we don't have continued queen production. We do have a lair on the way, which is a little bit interesting here. Oh my god, it's coming back to me. Reaper was also the player who went for Mutas against Pocket Mike. So it's all slowly coming back. My oh my. Wow, wow, yeah, we've seen a couple of games where the game has kind of progressed a little bit longer. But here we go, we still see drone production here with this, with this Twilight Council. So again, we do have a forge behind this. We don't have +1 being researched yet, which is a little bit interesting to me, because we do have charge on the way. At the same time, the Lings are harassing this third base. There are a couple units here. I mean, Void Ray is going to show up. This will be cleaned up. The third will get up and running for XionS, just barely keeping both the Zealots and the Adept alive. Impressive, not gonna lie. I thought they were dead, mate. But just barely, they do stay alive, they do survive. And I'm really curious to see what happens with this, right? I mean, we are on Beckett, so I guess we don't technically need a Robo for a Warp Prism to just send Zealots across the map. We still don't have any gases here at the natural, which of course is another tell that it's just a charge all in. There we go, 6 gates are on the way to add to the one that is already completed here, so 7 gates so far. Again, I'm legit shocked that this isn't gonna hit with +1. Like the forge was already done, right? Why not utilize it? But I guess he wants to hit a little bit faster, a little bit sooner. Oh my god. And he throws down a Dark Shrine behind this. Interesting. Meanwhile, we were talking about that queen push across the map with Ravagers and Lings. Reaper's going for it again. No drones here at the third base, so we're a couple. The Void Rays do scout this. He sees the third base is empty, by the way. XionS, like, there should be, like, red flags showing right here, right now. But he's responding, but it could be too late. The Ridge is already here. Reaper, he pushes in. The army's not ready. We do have plenty of Zealots being warped in to try and defend. Overcharge gets popped. And XionS does push away the army. The Void Rays, they do come home to defend, but the Queens do push them away. But this is so important. Dark Shrine's about to finish up, but there is detection with the main army. DTs aren't necessarily going to help in the defense. But you know what, XionS, he bought enough time for the shield batteries to finish off. The overcharge was already popped earlier. Oh, he focuses down the observer. Yo, the big brain plays. But a second observer is being made. Sorry, an overseer is being made, but it's at home. DTs, can they hold? XionS, he's gambling so hard right now. Dark Shrine finishes up. Where are they? There they are. DTs warp in. How much damage can these DTs do before the overseer gets across the map? There we go. DTs, they get one Ravager at the same time. Where is that overseer? It's on the way, but it's slow. The Zerg needs you now. And it looks like all the queens are going to go down. And when all the queens do go down, nothing else shoots up. The Void Rays will reign supreme in the sky. The DTs did what they needed to do. Mate, the hero duo, they did it. They did it for XionS. They did it for all the Protoss out there that have fallen to Reaper. And XionS, he doesn't just hold on to his third base. He barely lost any probes. Like, he pulled the boys pretty early on, and the majority of them survived. Only 5 probes have gone down this game. He's fine. He's good. He's solid. He holds. Oh my god. Meanwhile, we do have a massive Ling run by, but the wall is the wall, kind of. The Zealots just freaking out there, doing Zealot things. And there's another queen push coming. I'm not really feeling this, buddy. I don't know. The Zealots, they come in. So do the DTs. And you know what? There's no detection here. The queens are going to fall. They do not have enough energy for transfuse. Lings come in to help reinforce, but so do more Zealots. Oh god, finally the detection does show up. Some target fire there, questionable target fire. Oh my god, the queen survives. XionS, please. There's only one queen. Oh god. XionS does back off, but again, I feel like he did trade favorably there, right? Killing a lot of the queens, killing a lot of the roaches, forcing Reaper back. And what's important is that Reaper's still, like, he's barely droning up. He's still making another wave of queens. I think Reaper.exe is breaking a little bit. He's like, oh, we're reaching the 10-minute mark. The game shouldn't be lasting this long. What's happening? Oh god. Meanwhile, the TT's putting in work. Finally they're being cleaned up, but again, just another wave of Lings. So we had round 1. Round 2 was intercepted. This is what, round 3? Round 3 coming across the map for Reaper. Let's go. The queens are kind of segmented off from the Ravagers though. They're kind of taking the long way around. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. Like, they're looking so exposed right now. And look at this. XionS, he knows. He's preparing at home. We've got cannons on the way. More shield batteries as well. Getting Void Rays. It's going to be so difficult to break this. Not impossible, but again, like, this is not the angle you want to be pushing into. Oh my god, here we go. The Zealots are rushing in. Ugh. Transfuses are on point. Plenty of detection this time, so DTs are not going to be enough to defend. But Zealots are, mate. Zealots, Void Rays, cannons, shield batteries, like... This Protoss is sitting back fine, and the longer this goes on, the better it is. But you know what? Reaper bought enough time. The Baneling nest finished up. We do have Banelings being warped in, being morphed in. If they get connections on these Zealots, that could be it. That could be all he needs. Oh, cannon goes down. The Zealots do rush in, but the Banelings are revealed. Oh god, XionS, please. You have to be so careful. One of the Void Rays does fall. Overcharge still has not been used. Oh god, we have a couple of sentries being morphed in, but you know what? It could be a little bit too late. The Banelings are actually going for the mineral line. Oh my god, I'm not too sure about that. But you know what? Oh god, the force fields are coming in clutch. The Banelings, they don't get the connections. They don't get in. At the same time, all the Zealots have gone down regardless. Oh my god, this is so close. I don't think we've had an overcharge yet. Oh, never mind, we have. DTs are coming in, but there is detection. There is one Overseer behind this entire army, but it looks like there's plenty of Protoss here. All the Ravagers go down. There are only a handful of Queens, and they are running out of energy. They are running out of transfuse. There is not enough Zerg here, and XionS, he stops Reaper in his tracks. Reaper took down everyone ahead of him. All the Protosses, Cristiano, Paco, Mike, but not XionS. GG. Wow. XionS did what Paco Mike could not. But if you recall what I said early on in the day and in that series. Partly like, he's weakest in the early game. That's where you can get him, and that's where Reaper excels. GG, well played. Congratulations, XionS, because he takes down Reaper and moves on to the semi-finals. Meanwhile, we do have a couple other updates on the bracket. BioIce 2-0 Stavo, and also advances on to the semi-finals, but he has quite some time to wait. Still waiting on Gym Rising versus Pure Legacy. If you want to tune in to Gym Rising versus Pure Legacy, that amazing ZVT that is currently being shown on Gym Rising's channel, on his own POV, as he is streaming his own side of things. So you can tune into that.